Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. So preparation of budgets and budgetary control, this is the chapter we are discussing. In the first class I gave you the introduction of budget and budgetary control. Second class we have seen different types of classification of budgets, right? Now today is the third class, we'll start practical problems. There are different types of budgets, each and every budget will take and how to prepare this budget that will focus. And before going to the class, please check out the playlist. There are many subjects already prepared at the rate of free of cost, which is accessible to all the students. Please use it and forward these videos. This is the best and biggest benefit you are going to do for me, for my services and for my time and energy. Okay, you will do that, I know. Now coming to this class, practically when we see the preparation of budgets, first important budget is flexible budget. Most of the organizations will be preparing this flexible budget. Flexible budget means budget is given to you at one level and another level how do you prepare? So that you have to prepare it. How do you prepare? Through a practical problem you will get more clarity. Now here this is the problem given to you. I have already worked out this problem because calculations, all these things by taking calculator and pressing, it will take lot of time, wasting your time. So I don't want to do that. So I have done already the solution. Simply I'll explain it. What is this flexible budget? Now you have to focus first on the problem. If you understand the problem, 70% problem is solved. And then we have the solution, that is 30% only, right? Now coming to this problem, the expenses for the production of 5,000 units. The expenses for the production of 5,000 units in a factory is given below. These are all expenses for the production of 5,000 units. Now what are the expenses? Materials 50 rupees per unit. This is per unit. Material 50, labor, variable overheads, fixed overheads. Fixed overheads are, they are saying 50,000 fixed. No changes. It will not change, right? Remember this, fixed overheads 50,000 fixed. Next, administrative expenses 10 rupees, but 5% is variable. 5% is variable means 95% is fixed. You must understand that, right? When they are saying 5% variable, 95% is fixed. In the same way, selling expenses 20% fixed, 80% variable. Distribution expenses 10% fixed, 90% variable. Okay, and total together it is 116 rupees per unit of 5,000 units. 5,000 units we have production. Per unit it is 116 rupees. This is total cost of sales per unit. Now what they are saying, you are required to prepare a flexible budget. Flexible budget for the production of 7,000 units. 5,000 it is given. You have to prepare flexible budget for 7,000. Same kind of problems you can expect in the examination many times. 5,000, prepare 7,000, prepare 9,000, prepare 10,000, anything it can be. But preparation is same. Logic you have to understand. Now first thing is what you have to remember is that they have given us all the expenses. All these expenses we are going to prepare in a systematic way. Do you remember cost sheet? In cost accounting, same cost sheet formula. Like material, labor, both together it is prime cost. If we add factory overhead expenses, variable overheads, that is factory expenses, and also we are going to use all these expenses separately, we are going to show just like cost sheet. Now if you see the solution, table I have prepared like this. First thing is that particulars 5,000 units. Already given 5,000 units per unit and total. Asking us to prepare 7,000 units. 7,000 units per unit total. First we'll take material and labor. material and labor per unit is same, but only the thing is that units are changing. Per unit it is 50 rupees and labor is 20 rupees. What I have done, material is written, material and labor 50 rupees, 20 rupees. For 7000 units also 50 rupees, 20 rupees only. Now where the difference comes is here, when 5000 units, it is 50 rupees na, 5000 50 rupees. Total you will get 5000 into 50 comes to 2,50,000. Here also labor is 20 rupees into 5000, 1 lakh. Now here the multiplication goes with 50 with 7000. There at the rate of 5000 units we have taken. Now for 7000 units, 50 into 7000, 3,50,000. 20 into 7000, 1,40,000. Are you getting it? Now once if you take material and labor, you got it, prime cost. This will say it as a prime cost as per the cost sheet. Then after that we are writing factory overheads. Where is factory overheads? Variable overheads. This is factory one. 15 it is given. Okay. 15 and this is variable overheads 15 and fixed, both together it is factory. Factory overheads we have taken here, variable cost 15, both the sides 15 only we have written. If you are finding per unit is both the sides you are writing same. Only when we multiply with 5000 you get different amount. When you multiply with 7000 you get different amount, right? Now variable cost is 15. 15 is written both the sides. Now how do you get this amount? 5000 into 15, 75,000. 7000 into 15, 1,05,000. So this is about variable cost. Second one is that fixed overheads. Fixed overheads is the set 50,000 fixed. Per unit is 10 rupees. Now please focus this point. This is fixed. Both the sides you have to write 50,000 only. Amount is 50,000 you are writing. Now per unit how do you get? Already it is given, where it is given 10 rupees for 5000. 10 rupees for 5000. Okay. Now for this 7000 units, how much it comes means 50,000 divided by 7000. So that you get 7.14. 50,000 divided by 7,000. Per unit you will get, per unit is 7.14. Remember this, because anyway we have to show 50,000 only. 50,000 only we are showing. For 5,000 10 rupees units are given, but for about 7,000 per unit means you have to calculate it like this, 5,000 divided by 50,000 divided by 7,000, you got 7.14. Now if we total everything, we got factory cost. To the factory cost, if we add administrative expenses, they have given administrative expenses. Administrative expenses 5% variable. Means rest 5% variable out of this 10 units. And 95% is fixed. 5% is variable. Variable. And 95% is fixed out of this 10. So what I have written here, administrative expenses. Variable is 5% of 10. 5% of 10 is 0.5. 95% of 10 is 9.5. The same amount here fixed, selling, and this is already over. Now selling expenses, I am talking about selling expenses, 20% is fixed. 20% is fixed means here 20% is fixed. Did I cover? No, I have to explain this point only. Administrative expenses 5% is variable. 5% of 10, it is 0.5. And fixed 95% of 10. 95% of 10 is here 9.5. So you are getting 2500 here. 2500, how do you got? 5000 into 0.5, 2500. And 5000 into 9.5, 47,500. This is fixed, na? Fixed. So same amount I have written here also. Fixed once if we have decided 50,000, that word also 50,000 only. Here also 47,500 we got. 47,500 will write over there. This one is anyway changing. 0.5 into 5,000, you got 2,500. 0.5 into 7,000, 3,500, because it is variable. Fixed one is once if you calculate, same one you are writing here. Now how do you got per unit? 47,500 divided by 7,000. You got 6.78, just like the previous calculation. This is about administrative expenses. Once if administrative expenses are over, that we call it as a cost of production. Okay, cost of production. Now here we are going to add selling, rest of the expenses. Selling and distribution, both the expenses will write. Selling expenses are 20% fixed. Now here selling expenses. Fixed is 20% of 6. Okay, 20% of 6 means it comes to 1.2. If you calculate 1.2 into, anyway it's given, yeah, amount is not given. No? So 1.2 into 5,000, it comes to 6,000. 1.2 into 5,000, 6,000. Same 6,000 you are writing for 7,000 units also, because it is fixed. We can't change. Now how do you got this? 0.85, 6,000 divided by 7,000. 0.85. Fixed is over. Now variable is here 80%. 20% is fixed. 80% is variable. 80%, it comes to out of 6, 80% is 4.8. 6 into 80%, 4.8. 6 into 20%, 1.2. Okay. So variable is we got 4.8. 4.8 into 5,000, 2,40,000. Okay. Variable, na? So 4.8 same thing will write. 4.8 into 7,000, 33,000. Okay. In the same way distribution expenses, 10% fixed. First 10% of this 5, it is 0.5. 0.5 into 5,000, it is 2,500. Same 2,500 will write here also. Same like previous one. Fixed is once if you fix it here, amount same thing we are writing. Now this 2,500 divided by 7,000, you got 0.36 over. In the same way now variable, fixed is 10%, variable is 90% of 5. 90% of 5 is 4.5. Okay, 4.5 written this side and that side, and 4.5 into 5,000 units, 22,500. 4.5 into 7,000 units, 31,500. And lastly, if you total up all these things, 105, 1.2, 4.8 means all these things, you will get total cost of sales. Total cost of sales per unit it is 116. For 116, when 5,000 units are there, cost is 5,80,000. At the end, the calculations what we got it. When we have a units of 116, when we have 5,000 units, the cost is 5,80,000. If units are increasing, 5,000 to 7,000 we are increasing. If we increase the units, total per unit it is 109.93. And the cost will be 7,69,000. Isn't it? Because when 5,000 we have 5,80,000. When 7,000 we have 7,69,000. As we increase the production, cost also going to increase. Now here, is it increased? Yes, it's increased because of the production. This is flexible budget. You may prepare the same problem with 9,000 units, 8,000 units, 10,000 units also. Just beside you can draw one more line and you can prepare and see. Any number of units, whatever you want, you can prepare it as per the requirement. Are you getting it? No confusion. First take a screenshot or pause the video and note down. I'll give you recap. See my dear students, what is given to us, that is important. Some expenses are given, total cost is given. The same expenses we are presenting as per the cost sheet data. How we have presented? First, material labor as prime cost and overheads. Overheads of variable and fixed together, you are getting factory cost. And if you add administrative expenses, you are getting cost of production. To that, selling and distribution expenses, if you add total cost of sales, pro forma is simple. Now when it comes to the calculations, please remember that it is given to us is per unit as per the 5000 units. Okay, as it is we are writing this one. Entire this one is 5000 units is as it is, whatever they have given that we have calculated and shown in the total column and unit wise. Here important point is that variable or fixed, like they are saying administrative expenses 5% variable, it means 95% is fixed. Whenever you have fixed, that you have to calculate and write it here like this. Once if you write it in 5000 units column, the same amount, like the same amount you are writing for 7000 units also. And per unit you can calculate later, like 47,500 minus divided by 7,000. Got it. So these are all fixed. Once if you fix it, here also same. This one also 2,500 we have fixed. Here also same. And variable cost you can calculate it later. Variable cost, per unit you can calculate later. And when it comes to variable cost, it changes because variable. Fixed is always fixed. This funda you have to remember. And the rest of the preparation is this. Am I clear? There is no confusion at all. Beginning, na? So you do one thing, take this same problem, understand it, take a workbook or rough notes, write, prepare and see by yourself. Then you will have more clarity. Very important. If you understand this problem, then only we can go for the next coming class. So you need to be thorough, practice well. If possible, refer some of your textbooks so that you can have more understanding. Stay connected. Next class we'll discuss another important problem related to the flexible budget. Don't forget to share these videos, give a like and share, and also please comment how you are understanding it. Stay connected. Have a bright future. Good luck.